Instructions, Part 8. The witches and extract. Attention again. The Grand High Witch was shouting, "I will now give you the recipe for concocting Formula 86 delayed action mouse market. Get out your pencils and paper." Handbags were opened all over the room and notebooks were fished out. "Give us the recipe, oh brainy one," cried the audience impatiently. "Tell us the secret." "First," said the Grand High Witch, "I had to find something that would cause the children to become very small very quickly." "And what was that?" cried the audience. "That part was simple," said the Grand High Witch. "And all you have to do if you are wishing to make a child very small is to look at him through the wrong end of a telescope." "She's a wonder," cried the audience. "Who else would have thought of a thing like that?" "So you take the wrong end of a telescope," continued the Grand High Witch, "and you boil it under it goes soft." "How long does that take?" they asked her. 21 hours of boiling," answered the Grand High Witch. "And while this is going on, you take exactly 45 brown mice and you chop off their tails with the carving knife, and you fry the tails in hair oil until they are nice and crispy." "What do we do with all those mice we have had their tails chopped off?" asked the audience. "You simmer them in a frog juice for the 1 hour, came the answer. "But listen to me. So far I have only given you the easy part of the recipe. The really difficult part is to put in something that will have a genuine delayed action. The result, something that can be eaten by children on certain day, but which will not start working on them until 9 o'clock the next morning when they are in school." "What did you come up with, oh brainy one?" they called out. "Tell us that great secret." "The secret," announced the Grand High Witch triumphantly, "is an alarm clock." "An alarm clock," they cried. "It is a stroke of genius." "Of course it is," said the Grand High Witch. "You can't get a 24-hour alarm clock, and then exactly at 9 o'clock tomorrow it will go off." "But we will need 5 million alarm clocks," cried the audience. "We will need one for each child." "Idiots," shouted the Grand High Witch. "If you are wanting a steak, you do not cook the whole cow. It is the same with the alarm clocks. 1 clock will make enough for 1,000 children. Here is what you do. You set your alarm clock to go off at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Then you roast in the oven until it is crispy and tender. Are you worrying this down? Are you writing this down?" "We are, your grandness, we are," they cried. "Next," said the Grand High Witch, "you take your boiled telescope and your fried mouse tails and your cooked mice and your roasted alarm clock, and all together you put them in a mixer. Then you mix them at full speed. This will give you a nice thick paste. While the mixer is still mixing, you must add the yolk, one Gurre's egg. So you mix in the egg, the grand high which went on, and one after the other you also mix in the following items.